Welcome, everyone. Today we're jumping into a topic that, well, it affects pretty much everything gut health and digestion.
It really does. It's fundamental.
Yeah, and we've been digging through some interesting material, including a resource named Hello and Welcome to Speak English and No More, 1.pdf. Sounds simple, but there's some really insightful stuff in there.
Definitely. And what strikes me is just how broad the impact is. We're talking immune system, mood, skin. It's all tied in.
Exactly. So our mission today is basically to pull out the key insights, the things that really matter, and sort of connect the dots for everyone listening.
Sounds good. It's amazing how this one area, the gut, acts as such a central hub for our overall well-being. It's not just about, stomach aches.
Right. Let's start there then. Why is it so important? The material really hammers home its role in, well, several big areas. First up, the immune system.
Oh, absolutely. That's a huge one. A massive part of our immune system is actually located in the gut.
It's kind of staggering when you think about it that way.
It is. Your gut lining is like
Yeah.
a border patrol. It's packed with immune cells constantly checking things out. A healthy gut lets the good stuff through, keeps the bad stuff out, and crucially, it hosts this whole community of bacteria. And these microbes aren't just sitting there. They actively help train our immune responses.
Train them. Wow. Okay. And it goes beyond just fighting off bugs, right? The source
Yeah.
mentions a strong link to mental health,
Yeah.
that gut-brain axis idea.
Yes, the gut-brain axis. It's a constant two-way street. Nerves, hormones, signals from the gut bacteria themselves. It's all part of this ongoing conversation.
So the state of your gut could genuinely affect your mood, your emotions.
The evidence points strongly in that direction, yeah. It can influence emotional regulation, mood, maybe even cognitive stuff. It's complex, but the link is definitely there.
That is fascinating. And then there's the skin connection. Maybe not the most obvious link.
Perhaps not initially, but it makes sense when you think about inflammation. The material calls it the gut-skin axis. If your gut microbiome is out of whack, it can trigger inflammation systemically, like throughout your whole body.
And that inflammation shows up on your skin.
It can, yeah. It might contribute to things like acne or eczema or make existing conditions worse. What happens inside can really show on the outside.
Okay, so we've got immune, mental health, skin. But let's not forget the basics. Digestion and nutrient absorption. That's the gut's day job, essentially.
Exactly. It's fundamental. A healthy gut breaks down food efficiently, absorbs all those vital nutrients, vitamins, minerals, everything your body needs.
And if it's not working right.
Then you might not be getting the full benefit from your food, even if you're eating healthy things.
Yeah.
The absorption part is just as critical as the eating part.
Makes sense. And lastly, the source connects good gut health to disease prevention. That feels pretty significant.
It's a major point.
Mm-hmm.
While the source doesn't list specific diseases, the principle is clear. A balanced gut supports immunity, controls inflammation, keeps that gut barrier strong.
All things that protect us.
Precisely. They're all key factors in potentially warding off various health problems down the road.
Okay, so the why is clear, but how do we know if things aren't quite right? The material lists common issues: bloating, constipation, diarrhea, IBS, things many people experience, unfortunately.
Very common, yes.
Yeah.
And they can really affect quality of life. What's interesting is the material pivots to broader solutions, not just symptom chasing.
Right. It points towards things like dietary changes, probiotics, and stress management, kind of like the big three pillars.
That's a good way to put it. These seem to be the foundational strategies for improving gut health overall, whatever the specific symptom might be. Of course, specific conditions might need medical advice, but these are the basics.
Let's dig into nutrition then. The source really stresses how vital our food choices are for feeding that gut microbiome. Fiber, fruits, veggies, whole grains. Why are they so important?
They're basically microbe food, especially fiber. We can't digest it, but our gut bacteria love it.
They eat it.
They ferment it. And that process creates beneficial compounds, like short-chain fatty acids. These nourish our gut lining, reduce inflammation. They're really good stuff.
Okay. And fruits, veggies, whole grains.
Packed with vitamins, antioxidants, and also prebiotics, specific types of fiber that act like targeted fertilizer for the good bacteria.
Fertilizer for the good guys. I like that. So it's not just avoiding junk, it's actively feeding the helpful microbes.
Exactly.
The source also flags specific foods, fermented ones like yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut. I quite like those, actually.
They're great. They naturally contain probiotics, live, beneficial microorganisms. Eating them is a good way to, introduce more helpful bacteria into your system.
And then there are prebiotic foods. Asparagus, bananas, onions are mentioned, so they don't have the live bacteria, but they help the ones already there.
Precisely. They provide the fertilizer for the beneficial microbes you already have, helping them thrive and multiply.
Which brings us neatly to probiotics themselves. The source explains they're these live microorganisms, good for the gut, found in those fermented foods or as supplements.
That's right. Supplements can offer a more targeted dose of specific bacterial strains.
But
While the science is still evolving, which strains work best for which person for which issue? It's not always clear-cut. Eating a variety of fermented foods is often a really good, well-rounded approach.
good point. Now let's talk stress. I think everyone can relate to this one. The source says stress can actually mess with our gut bacteria balance.
Oh, definitely. That gut-brain axis, again, it's a two-way street. When you're stressed, your brain sends signals that can change how your gut moves, how leaky the lining is.
Leaky.
Yeah, gut permeability. Stress can even change the actual mix of bacteria. Chronic stress, especially, can lead to an imbalance, sometimes called dysbiosis. Not ideal.
So feeling stressed can literally make our gut less healthy.
It seems so. But the good news is, the source also suggests ways to manage it. Meditation, yoga, even just deep breathing.
And these aren't just woo-woo things. They have a physical effect.
They absolutely can. Managing your stress response helps calm those signals going to the gut. It creates a better internal environment, which helps your good gut microbes flourish. It helps your mind and your gut.
That's really important. The material also tackles a myth that gut health is only about digestion.
Yes, that's a crucial point to understand. Digestion is job one, sure, but the influence is so much wider.
Like we discussed, immune, mental health, skin.
Exactly. If you only focus on digestive symptoms, you might miss these other really significant connections to your overall well-being. It's a whole body system.
Okay, let's revisit that gut-brain link because it's just so compelling. The source mentions research connecting the microbiome to things like anxiety and depression. That's pretty profound.
It really is. And the research is growing fast.
Yeah.
We're learning that gut microbes can actually influence the production of neurotransmitters.
Like serotonin, the feel-good one.
Exactly like serotonin. A huge chunk of your body's serotonin is made in the gut. So it stands to reason that the bacteria living there could play a role.
So an imbalance in bacteria might mean less serotonin, potentially affecting mood.
That's one of the key theories being explored, yes. An imbalance could alter neurotransmitter levels, increase inflammation, change signaling, all factors implicated in anxiety and depression for some people.
And it's not just neurotransmitters, right? The source mentions hormones too, affecting mood and even cognition. It's this constant chat between gut and brain.
Constant dialogue, exactly. And remember, the brain influences the gut too. Think about getting butterflies when you're nervous. That's the brain talking to the gut.
It's a feedback loop.
A very complex one.
And while it's not saying gut bacteria are the only cause of mental health issues,
No, absolutely not. Mental health is incredibly complex. But the gut microbiome seems to be a really significant modulating factor. Taking care of your gut could be a valuable part of supporting mental well-being.
and the ways to support that gut-brain link. The source brings up familiar themes: diet, probiotics, stress management, and sleep.
Yes, good sleep is vital too. All these lifestyle factors work together. They benefit your gut, they benefit your brain, and they strengthen that connection between the two. Getting enough sleep, for instance, helps regulate mood and helps maintain a healthy gut bacterial balance.
So it's all connected. Okay, let's switch gears slightly to the other big axis, the gut-skin connection. Another surprising link for many, perhaps.
It might seem surprising, but again, think inflammation and the immune system. The gut and skin are constantly communicating, even if indirectly.
And the source says gut bacteria imbalance can show up as skin problems, acne, eczema.
Research strongly suggests a link, yes. An unhealthy gut can lead to that systemic inflammation we talked about, which can definitely manifest on the skin. Also, if the gut lining isn't strong, that leaky gut idea, again, substances can get into the bloodstream that shouldn't, potentially triggering skin reactions.
So inflammation is kind of the messenger between the gut and the skin.
It's a key part of the mechanism, yes. The gut microbiome helps regulate the body's overall inflammatory state. If it's out of balance, you get more pro-inflammatory signals circulating, and the skin can be one place those signals have an effect.
Which means treating skin issues might need more than just creams.
It suggests that looking after your gut health could be a really important part of achieving healthy skin from the inside out. It complements topical treatments.
Right, addressing a potential root cause. And the strategies are, let me guess, Diet, probiotics, stress management.
You got it. Those same foundational pillars keep coming up because they have such wide-ranging effects. They influence the gut, which then influences the skin, the brain, the immune system. It's all interconnected.
Wow. Okay, so wrapping up this deep dive, drawing from that source material, the biggest thing for me is just how central gut health really is. It's not a side issue, it's foundational. Immune, mental, skin, it touches everything.
Absolutely. It's quite profound when you consider the power those trillions of microbes inside us wield over our overall health and how we feel day to day. The material really drove that home.
And the advice boils down to, well, sustainable habits, doesn't it? Getting enough fiber, drinking water, finding ways to handle stress. It's not about miracle cures.
No, it's about building that resilient foundation through consistent, healthy lifestyle choices. Those are the things that really support a thriving microbiome long term.
So, a final thought for everyone listening. Maybe take a moment. Think about your own daily routines, your food, your stress levels, your sleep. How might they be shaping that ecosystem inside you?
And how might that ecosystem be influencing how you feel physically and mentally?
It's fascinating stuff. Maybe dig a little deeper into how your gut connects to everything else, that gut feeling. It might be telling you more than you ever realized.